Like all medical matters, decisions regarding abortion should be made by patients in consultation with their healthcare providers and without undue interference by outside parties. That is according to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. Well, millions of women across the country woke up again today without the ability to make decisions about their own bodies because the Supreme Court said there is not a constitutional right to do so. The reversal of Roe v. Wade last year, it was just the beginning. This month, House Republicans voted to ban a Department of Defense policy that reimbursed service members for lodging and travel needed to secure an abortion. Legislating the bodily autonomy of those brave enough to put their bodies on the line. Last month, 19 state attorneys general signed a letter to Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra, and they urged the secretary to withdraw a proposal from the department that would protect reproductive health care privacy. And on yet another afternoon in a post-Roe America, I want to take you beyond the Beltway to Travis County District Courtroom, all the way in Austin, Texas. The Center for Reproductive Rights is suing the state on behalf of 13 women who were forced to deliver unviable pregnancies or face life-threatening complications. 2 doctors have signed on to the suit as well. Abortion is banned in the state of Texas, ladies and gentlemen, with the exceptions only to protect the life of the mother. But in a gut-wrenching 2-day hearing, these women detailed just how inadequate and ambiguous these medical exceptions actually are. That ambiguity forced them to endure horrifying procedures for pregnancies that had no chance of a healthy delivery.
I just kept telling myself and my baby that I'm so sorry that this had to happen to you. I was so sorry that I couldn't help her.
My parents and Josh's parents flew in from Indiana because they were afraid that it might be the last time they'd see me. I don't feel safe to have children in Texas anymore. I know that it was very clear that my health didn't really matter.
I don't feel safe to have children in Texas anymore, one of the women said on the stand. Last month, in celebration of the Dobbs decision 1-year anniversary, and yes, celebration is the key word here, the Office of the Attorney General in Texas released a statement, and it said, in part, that Texas will proudly continue as a nationwide leader in the protection of the unborn, and the OAG will be steadfast in its mission of defending our state's pro-life laws. But it seems that the opposite is actually happening in Texas. According to preliminary data from the Texas Department of State Health Services, and this was obtained by CNN, the Lone Star State saw an 11% increase in infant deaths last year. And deaths due to severe genetic and birth defects actually rose by more than 20%. Those are numbers that come nearly 10 years after 10 years of a steady decline in infant deaths in the Lone Star State. Does that actually sound anything like pro-life policy?